What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only Ash Said It. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,500 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. None of this would be possible without you guys, so I thank you for all of your love and support. And yes, we're still dealing with a bit of a pandemic life, but that doesn't mean that it can't still taste good, all right? It can't be tasty. And so you guys know I'm a Georgia girl, all right? So I'm a transplant from New York, but I'm a Georgia girl. So today I have with me Czech native and featured chef mom, the wonderful Paulina Brand. Hey, Paulina.
Hello. Thank you so much, Ash, for having me on your show. I'm so honored.
Thank you so much for joining us. So, Paulina, let everyone know, what part of Georgia are you from? Or are you at right now, I should say?
Well, right now I live in Marietta, in East Cobb.
Okay, all right. Cool beans. All right, so, Paulina, did you always know that you wanted to be a chef when you were smaller?
I didn't. I really didn't, but I always had a passion for cooking. My parents were cooks. My brother is a chef. He's a trained chef and a baker. And so I grew up around people who cook and created beautiful meals. And it was part of my upbringing.
Okay, cool. When did you realize that you wanted to actually pursue that field as well?
Well, when I was about 20 years old, I always thought my dream would be to have a little restaurant, a little coffee place or a little coffee house that I can make sandwiches and share my love, because I think that cooking and food preparing is actually a kind of a expression of love.
Yes.
So this is my expression of love, is to give and to create meals and have those beautiful moments that you can create with your family at the table.
Yes.
So I think when I was about 20 years old, I kind of realized this is really one day I'm going to have a little restaurant, a little place where I can feed people and express my love.
Gotcha. So for you, as you were, becoming a chef, and you took it, this is basically like a family tradition for you, and you entered the field, how much did Czech, because I know that you're from originally the Czech Republic?
That's correct. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. How much did the Czech Republic influence your cooking style?
I lived in Austria also for 2 years, and I traveled to Brazil, where I lived for a year. I lived in Malaysia for a year, and then I moved to the United States. So it was kind of cosmopolitan. It was very international, and I was fascinated with all the cuisines. It wasn't just the Czech Republic,
right.
But it was always in me. The traditional Czech recipes that my grandmother introduced me to, all the wonderful kind of rich meals that they created, kind of influenced me. And also that's why I put it in some of the recipes in the Bohemian Peach book, because I wanted to share it with people, those traditional recipes that I grew up with.
Yeah, so we're going to get into the new cookbook, the Bohemian Peach, A Taste of Home. So for you, what was the big inspiration behind this cookbook?
Well, actually, it's so funny because many of my friends always ask me, "Oh my gosh, this is so tasty. How did you make this? I need the recipe." And, over and over again, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, do I need to write another recipe for this person?" I love it. I love to share, but sitting there and writing a recipe. So everybody always told me how much they enjoy my meals, my food. And I put so much love into it, and I'm so excited. If I'm not cooking, I'm talking about it. And if I'm not talking about it, we're eating. And if you come to my home, there's always food. And so, I'm obsessed. I have a love affair with food. And so over the pandemic, I said, you know what? this is it. I think I need to do this, and so I'm a stylist. I'm a makeup artist and hairstylist, and I do styling for photo shoots and commercials. And over the pandemic last year, I pretty much lost all of my business being a stylist. Every photo shoot and TV commercial was canceled, and I was home like everybody else with two boys, thinking, what am I going to do now?
Yeah, it's a
so.
lot.
So being a creative person, I had to reinvent myself and take a different direction in life.
Gotcha.
So I thought, why not pursue my passion for food and cooking? Why not? And so actually, coincidentally, my friend who is a photographer, and he's Atlanta-based, a photographer who does beautiful work and commercials and photography, he approached me and he said, why don't you shoot some food with me? Well, let's do some styling and photos of your creations. And I got very excited, and I said, okay, Tim, his name is Tim Clover, let's do this. Let's have a whole day when we just create and do food photography. So we did, and that moment I knew exactly what I'm going to do. Yeah. And I knew, what, Tim, I think I'm going to create this book. I'm going to do a lifestyle cookbook.
Wow.
So that's how it all happened last May when we had that one photo day when we just took all kinds of pictures, and it just I manifested it. I was like, this is what I need to do. I need to do this cookbook.
It sounds like a good eating day too, Paulina. That sounds like a good day to stop by the house.
Yes, please. But, the thing is that I really didn't want to just create another cookbook.
Okay.
That was not my intention. I was like, I'm so full of life and stories, and I want to inspire people. I want them to love food, but also it wasn't just about a cookbook that you put on your shelf and you never look at again. It was about I wanted to tell a story. I wanted to inspire people. It wasn't just about recipes, and it was about sharing love, and it was about life and connections, and what we create around the table, all the meals we share with family and friends, all the little events we can create for them. Like, for example, in my book, I call those things that I create, I style the table, and I'm very resourceful and creative, and I go and, for example, I go to nature and I collect branches and I collect moss and I create those beautiful table settings that cost nothing,
I love it. So with your background and, of course, your family's history, as far as like everybody's cooking, everybody's in the kitchen, everybody's been in the kitchen, how did you decipher which recipes you were going to include in the cookbook?
It was kind of easy for me because those are recipes that I created over years, over and over again, and people really loved it, and I put a little twist on it. So it's not just, there are traditional, let's say, for example, there is, chicken masala, and there's chicken, let me see, there's so many chicken recipes, but they always have a little bit of a twist.
Gotcha,
and they're easy, and they're something that you can just whip, and they're in one pan, and they're tasty, and you can feed your whole family with it, and they're just delicious,
Yes.
So I always wanted to do something that is traditional, but it's already good. Chicken masala is great. Chicken parmesan, my kids love. But you always put just a little twist to it.
Yeah.
Make it a little special.
And I went through the book and everything. And what I love most about your recipes is that you add a little extra to it. Like you said, it's not like it's this big, robust thing that you're just plopping in the middle of it. It's like, it's just a little bit makes a difference. And it's like those little instances, like you said, you're taking kind of classic type recipes, but you're putting your own spin on it. And that's what I really enjoyed about that. And I gotta say, Paulina, I love bread too. I love some good bread.
And I worked on that bread for a month. So I tried to be actually resourceful because I could not find bread flour over the pandemic. So I started using all kinds of flours and all-purpose and self-rising. And then I tried every day a little bit different of this, a little bit different of that. And then I realized I don't even need bread flour. You know, I can just make it with just experiment and do it with all kinds of flours and make it delicious. So that was fun. Yes. It was. I had a lot of fun, and this book's been a great journy for me, for sure.
No, that the heavenly bread recipe, I'm trying that this weekend. I already put it on my agenda. It's in my planner. I am trying that out, and I'll tag you. Definitely doing that. Last but certainly not least, Paulina, what advice could you offer to any woman that's out there that, due to the pandemic, has been, had to shift a lot of things and had to pivot and had to move, and, much like yourself, you were, stylist in the industry, and now you're best-selling author, you've got this amazing cookbook out. What advice could you offer to any woman out there that may be struggling, in her career?
Yes. And I feel with every woman in this country because it has been so challenging. I'm a single mom with 2 boys, so I know exactly how every woman feels. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure from your children. What am I going to cook today? I want to create a nice atmosphere, ambient, and we don't have money. We have to be frugal, and we can spend much time or energy or money on cooking meals, 3 times a day. So I feel for every woman there, and that's why I think that my book was kind of really, really inspiring, I hope, for many women, because I try to introduce them or show them how to do things or use things they already have in their home, to style the table, to make a meal, to make memorable events for your family and loved ones. And I hope those recipes, it's not hot dogs. I'm sorry, it is. You will have to spend a little bit of money to create meal. Yeah. But I hope that it inspires women, and everything I did was on a budget. I can tell you that. It's very playful. And not only that, but I hope that they find also some interesting stories that they will grab them, that they can reminisce about their childhood and make them feel good. That was the purpose about the book. It wasn't just another cookbook. It was also a storytelling, and how to be resourceful and frugal. So hopefully it will help many people. I would be very happy.
Yes, definitely. Paulina, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you so, so very much.
Thank you so much, Ash, for having me on your show. Yes. This was very exciting.
Yes, the cookbook is The Bohemian Peach, A Taste of Home. Paulina, let everyone know where they can get the book and where they can follow you on social media.
Yes, so you can order the book on www.thebohemianpeach.com. And also you can follow me on Instagram at _Bohemian_Peach.
Loving that. Much more success to you and your team, Paulina. I know that there's going to be some amazing stuff to come out, in the next couple of months with you. So I definitely want you to come back and share it with us.
I would love to. Thank you so much. It was such joy.
Not a problem. And I thank each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do. You look them square in the face. You tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.